Hello, Internet, and welcome back to Antiheroes Anonymous, or welcome for the first time if it's your first time joining us. I'm Ethan. I'm the Dungeon Master for this 5th edition Dungeons & Dragons show. Going around the table, we have our four lovely players, starting with Nick.
Hi, I'm Nick. I play Thaddeus, the human paladin of Asanahem.
Hi, I'm Kay. I play Harmony, who is a tiefling wild magic sorcerer. That's it.
I'm Melissa. I play Mara Stormwind, who is a human rogue pirate.
I'm Zach, and I play Hunter, who's a warhorse fighter.
Let's see, we stream every Monday at 7 p.m. Pacific time on Twitch, then post those episodes to YouTube the following Wednesday. Throughout the show, we use a variety of custom items and even a custom wild magic table. So be aware of that as you're watching. Let's see, music comes from BattleBards, TabletopAudio, and Incompetech. So if you're watching us on Twitch, you can check the channel page for links and info about all of that. And if you're watching us on YouTube, you can check the video description. Then, if you still need more information, you can follow us on Twitter at Antiheroes and we'll post things like, hey, we're going live, or here's some funny things that happened during the episode last week.
Here's a funny picture that Nick drew.
Did you end up posting that?
Yeah.
Oh, okay, good. It's a great picture.
Of the drama that is the Hammerlock family.
That's a good picture. That's a really good picture.
Shipping grid.
Yep.
Then, ooh, I just noticed something is weird about our cards, but that's fine. I can fix that later.
Okay.
We have these new stat cards, which are now not positioned properly, but it's okay because it's not too off, so we'll deal with
You
it.
could fix it real quick.
Okay, I'll try.
So yeah, while he does that, we'll talk about our
Yeah,
holiday
actually,
schedule.
why don't you guys take over the rest of the announcements, which is really just the recap.
I've got a moment too.
While I fix this.
Okay.
That's a great idea.
All right, let's see here. I can probably skip over the part where I say I'm Ethan the DM, because I'm not. Where were we? We were talking about the
We were talking about
cards.
the
That's
stat
right.
card.
Yeah.
The character
Oh,
blocks.
so we can just go down to the recap. Okay. The Eyes of the World took Leah Moonbrook on the day of the gala, where Dawn was revealed as the Princess of Freydin, as well as Gavin Hammerlock's fiancé. During the gala, Thaddeus warned Yin, the master of necromancy and member of the Council of Eight, of the plot to kill them, but when the group gathered in Dawn's room to protect Yin, make sure he lived through the night, they learned that instead he had in fact been working with the Eyes of the World. Mara's scrying on Core revealed that the true king and queen were being held captive, while false duplicates were on the thrones, which she confirmed during a stealth reconnaissance raid with Mandus. Harmony devised a plan for everyone assembled, which is all of us, plus Dawn, plus Free, plus Aramel, plus Ignatius, plus Mandus, plus, I guess, who was the fairy guy?
Oh,
Morinth.
Plus
yeah.
Morinth, sort of.
Yeah, more or less.
To all play a part in confronting the Eyes and rescuing the royal family.
Things have gone really bad.
It's not really bad. You just need to change the resolution of it.
Yeah, I don't know how to do that.
It's in the
Apparently.
settings.
Properties.
Yeah.
Settings.
In the settings of that item. Hey!
So now, even though we know that we are walking into a trap, we're doing it voluntarily, so that because they don't know that we know that it's a trap.
Right.
And we're kind of banking on that to see us through.
They don't know what we know that they know.
Yeah.
Oh, there we go. There's the aspect ratio.
Yeah.
Which one did I pick? That one? No, that's not right.
The other thing about the holiday schedules, we'll be playing next week, and then the week after that is Christmas.
Mm-hmm.
So we're not playing Christmas. The week after that is New Year's Day. We're not playing that day either, but we'll be back the week after that, I think.
I think so, yeah.
Yeah, I think so.
So what is that, the 7th, 8th?
8th.
Eight.
Yeah.
We'll be back on the 8th. So we're playing next week, and then we're having 2 weeks off. We'll be back on the 8th.
Cool. Let's jump right in. So you guys were in Dawn's bedroom, having seen the plans for the castle,
Right.
gone on a reconnaissance mission, and figured out where her parents were being held, formulating the plan where Dawn and her team would go rescue her parents while you walked into the trap. And then we ended with you guys taking a long rest, I believe.
Right.
Yep.
So we're on
So-
the next level now.
That's where we'll pick up, with the rest of you coming to consciousness warily, early in the morning after sort of an uneasy night's sleep.
Those spirits to have staring contest, it looks like.
Nope.
We got rid of it. It was
Yeah.
white smoke.
No, black smoke.
Black smoke.
Oh,
It was both.
it was both. That's true.
Just couldn't remember which one was the good one.
Yeah.
I completely didn't put any of that in the recap. Now that I think about it, that was kind of important.
Yeah, that should have been in the right recap too.
That's all right. Hunter almost died.
Yeah.
The end.
It's it was when coming back from the grave to do revenge.
That's me.
All right, so it's the next morning.
Mm-hmm.
When were we gonna go see the king and queen? Were we gonna
I
go
think it was
summon?
like first. No, Yin was gonna leave us
Right.
there. I am gonna ask, and I am putting ask in the strongest possible finger quotes, Yin to cast. Like I don't expect him to help us during the fight,
Mm-hmm.
but before we go down there, I want him to cast Death Ward on as many people as he can.
That's a good plan. Yin, I assume you sort of come at him from a very intimidation
Yeah.
approach to this, and you intimidated him well enough last night. I'm not going to make you make a roll or anything. Yin spent the night sort of huddled uncomfortably in the corner,
Mhm.
and it doesn't look like he's really moved from that position. So as you stride over across the room and make this request of him, he says, "Oh boy, evil Kermit." Of course, I would be more than happy to oblige. Let me just see how many times I can cast that. I don't have the instant block.
Death Ward, which will stop us from dying in case Core or Orin or somebody has instant death magic.
For my reference, who would you like me to prioritize?
Us, the four of us first, I think.
Okay. So you guys over Dawn's party?
I think we'll need it because we're the ones facing Orin and Core.
Let me look up. What level is Death
Fourth.
Sword? Do you have that
Fourth
on
level.
hand?
I literally
Fourth
just
level
looked it
spell?
up.
He should be able to cast that several
Yeah.
times. Let the Archmage slap block. So yeah, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 7. So we can fit all but one between
Well, the
you
four of
four
us-
and
Four of
Dawn's
us.
party.
Mandus
What
would
about
be good.
Mandus? Does he need it?
Yeah, he probably-
Amanda says,
Definitely put it on Dawn.
Mm-hmm.
Amanda says, I will probably be fine, at least more than the rest of you when it comes to such magic. So I would rather you put it on Dawn and friends. And so Yin sort of goes around the room, and
Perfect. So
How long does
I'm-
that take to cast?
that's what I'm about to look.
I didn't even look that up.
One action?
Okay, so like 6
Oh.
seconds.
it lasts for 8 hours, but it only takes an action.
And it's not concentration.
Okay. He goes around and casts it on everyone except one member from Dawn's party. And Dawn volunteers to be that member, but hearing Thaddeus say,
Yeah.
no, Dawn definitely has to be warded, she accepts it, and then probably the next to volunteer to not be that member would be Ignatius. So he volunteers and is the one who is not warded. Yin then says, as I've told you before last night, Orin is much more powerful than me, and especially with all the magic I've just cast to protect you and your group, I don't know how much help I can be.
When the trap is sprung, save yourself.
He nods and
We
then just
will need members of the council loyal to the king and queen alive after this is all over.
his eyes look down to the ground.
Look, I mean, you're supposed to be helping us pull this off. Like, they're not supposed to know that we know. So if you want to act like you're still on their side when we walk in there, that's fine. But when all is said and done, you're loyal to the real king and queen. And if you prove that to us, we won't kill you.
Yes, I understand well my position, so you need not worry. And he then gestures towards the door if the rest of you are ready.
I'm ready. I've said my prayers.
Quick question about my enchanting last night. How much was I able to do?
If I recall,
I can't remember.
you didn't roll super well, so I
No.
don't think you got it to take.
It didn't take it at all.
Yeah,
Okay.
not yet. Especially since you were splitting it between 4 sets of units.
Okay, that's cool. I was just checking.
Yeah, I wrote not quite.
Yeah, I don't roll well when I try to encounter things ever. But that's
Yeah.
cool.
So Yin leads you out through a series of hallways, and at a certain point, you split with Dawn's party. It is notable that the castle is pretty eerily quiet. You don't really encounter any servants bustling about, or any soldiers on guard.
No, I don't.
And so at a certain point, you split with Dawn, and Dawn actually takes a different hallway and goes towards that secret door to the lower levels that you know about. And then you begin to...
I'll give Dawn a hug before we part ways.
She hugs back.
I left the dog in her bedroom.
There's just... Okay, that is actually very good to know.
Nazaria is in Dawn's bedroom.
Okay.
I gave him some of my rations.
There's a sort of like a stout resolution in her eyes. And Breeze as well, the entire group that you're partying with. But Dawn's eyes especially.
I'll shake Breeze's hand.
Breeze says, better not die on us. Especially with that fancy magic art.
I was gonna say the same thing to you.
Yeah, we'll be fine. I think you probably have the harder fight ahead, to be honest.
Yeah. We'll be fine too.
You have the more important job, though.
Which actually brings up a point. Perhaps we should have addressed this earlier. Are we meeting up somewhere if one of us succeeds or fails? We should probably have a rendezvous point.
Dusty Bottle?
Sounds good.
Do you know the Dusty Bottle?
Hell yeah, I know the Dusty Bottle.
Yeah, let's meet there. I don't think that they'll think to track us there.
Probably not.
Alright, Dusty
I
Bottle
think I'm
is.
still welcome there.
It'll be fine.
Bar side brawl.
We just like, oh, yeah, it'll be fine.
So yeah, Dawn gives sort of one last look to the rest of you, just this resolute stare around the group, and gives a nod, and then her group files down the hallway, and she takes up the rear and follows them that way. And then Mandus sort of shuffles in front of the rest of you and begins to take the lead back towards the throne room area.
I was gonna ask Darius
Mandus or
something.
you?
Mandus.
Mandus.
Mandus sort of like melts into the shadows ahead of you. So
How many magic items does everyone have attuned right now?
2.
3, 2. So I just realized I had these gloves of missile snaring just in my inventory.
Well, we need
And
a
I
short
should-
rest to attune to them.
Do we?
you could have done that.
I was
on the
gonna say
long
if
rest,
we
I'd say.
wouldn't
Yeah.
mind doing that, I could give them to somebody. Because I like looked through it the other night. I'm like, why do I have these in here? And I just like totally
That's
forgot
right. I
about
was
it. Like
gonna
absentmindedly.
cast this glove of invulnerability around us.
Yeah, how long did that last you?
Look it up.
So, do you have any magic items? Because I'm maxed as well.
Is the
Actually,
scry? Did she have to attune to the scry
Yes,
guy?
the crystal ball is
Crystal
an
ball.
attuned item.
The crystal ball.
The Manta Cloak
Boots
is
of Elven
not.
kind.
The boots, I think, are. So I think Mara's at 2.
Okay, so between you two, gloves of missile snaring?
Between us two?
You two, because we both have 3.
She'll probably need them more than me.
Okay, so I would give them to you then. I don't have a card for them.
Okay.
So I'm not sure.
Yeah, I'd have to. Did I never give you a card for them?
Oh, there it is.
No.
How long does it last? Concentration up to 1 minute.
Oh, yeah, then
Kay
wait,
has-
I think wait until it's
Somewhere,
yeah.
the Dungeon Master Guide, which would have the information on the gloves of missile snaring.
Here, I can. If you give me an index card, I can.
Here.
Let me find it. And then I'll get that to you.
All the
That's
books.
right here.
No, that's a Dungeon Master Guide. That's not a player's
Oh.
handbook. Different book. But thank you. Alright.
Okay.
So when we get in there and it's clear that it's a trap and the fight's gonna start, the first thing I'm gonna do is cast this spell that's gonna put a protective, like, I think 10-foot radius aura around us, and nobody can shoot spells, weak spells at us through it. And I think, was it something about missiles too? Does it block missiles
Doesn't
too?
block any missiles.
It's just the spells?
just about.
Mhm.
Yeah.
I should probably get this up.
But it's this item here.
Okay.
Yeah, it'll protect us from weaker spells.
So I'm gonna get rid of it out of mine.
So I'll cast that, and as long as you guys are within 10 feet of
Oh,
me.
I can also give you
That
these,
won't be me because I have
knuckles.
to go
Dragon
forward.
Yeah,
bone
but if
knuckles.
anybody wants to do
But the
long
rest of
range,
you might
those
yeah.
two.
encourage those of you who have long range attacks.
So just know that that's gonna happen.
Okay.
We should go.
Then anything else you want to do beforehand? Now's a good time because Mandus and Yin have brought you before the ornate doors that signify the entrance to the throne room. They're just these 10-foot wide, maybe 15-foot tall doors carved in the blue and gold colors of the kingdom.
I can't. I don't have mage armor anymore, so
Okay.
it's cool.
Then
So, can I hold an action for when I'm assuming we're gonna fight? So when we start fighting or when there's hostile activity, I want to quaff a potion of invulnerability.
oh, okay.
Well,
You can't. I'm not
I don't-
sure.
I don't-
You
I
can't
think we're
really
gonna have to
hold
wait
it as
till
an
more
action,
initiative.
but you could definitely, on your turn, drink it.
On
Does
your
it take
free
an action to do that?
Yeah.
Well, I mean, I do healing potions as a bonus when
You
you're
do?
drinking it yourself. Right?
Okay.
We do that, don't we?
I don't know if that's what we've been doing
I
because
thought
I
that's
don't
what
think
we've
we've
been
ever
doing.
taken a potion
I don't think
In
we
in
have
combat
Yeah.
before.
No.
It's
So,
usually an action.
It's usually an
Yeah.
action, but special rules.
I personally,
Dictate.
for healing potions, don't think it makes sense effectively to use it as an action. I prefer it as a bonus action when it's yourself.
I agree. I would
So
rather
I'd be fine
use
with that for other
benefit.
potions as well.
Okay.
Yeah, when your turn rolls around, you can definitely cast it as a bonus action, or drink it as a bonus action.
Okay.
Yin pushes the doors open slowly, and there's sort of a almost it's not really a grinding noise so much as it's just like the sound of very heavy doors pushing open, even though they're like well oiled and all of that. And you enter into a room, which if I hide the stat cards, the viewers will be able to see.
Also, I'd like to whisper to the group when the fighting starts. I want everyone to look away for just a brief moment.
Look
I
away
have a
from what?
flash bomb I was going to use.
Oh, okay.
So,
Okay.
throw a lot of items.
Just close your eyes.
Yeah, close your eyes.
Okay. Just use the signal word.
Which is
How do you guys want to be arrayed as you come in?
Vengeance.
Vengeance is a signal word. Okay. Well,
Okay.
all right. Vengeance.
all right.
You say vengeance, we'll all close our
You
eyes.
just close your eyes. Yeah.
Yeah. I'm in the back.
Does that look good?
Yeah, that's fine.
Alrighty. You open the doors and you can see Mara, the same room you saw in your scrying on Kulor the night before. This high vaulted ceiling with the stained glass windows. In the morning light, you can see the stained glass is reflecting on the ground in the very center of the room. The image of a man and a woman, their faces are kind of blank and nondescript, but they're wearing crowns on their heads. And that image is just sort of beautifully portrayed in vibrant rainbow colors on the very center of the floor. And then there are various stained glass windows along the sides of the room as well, very tall ones that come to points at the top. And they just depict beautiful nature scenes and things from across the country. There are 4 large pillars supporting the vaulted ceiling, and at the very end of the room you can see that slightly raised dais that holds the 2 thrones of the kingdom.
Is Braxis still actually on a pillar?
I'm going to leave them there for now.
Okay.
But we don't see.
Okay.
As you look around the room, you see 4 figures. At the very front of the room, sitting in one of the thrones, with his arm resting on one of the armrests and his head leaning against his fist, there is a bald, black-robed figure with a gold circlet around his forehead. His dark, sort of grayish eyes looking out across the room. Standing at the foot of the dais, where he's shown there, is Kuor in his new Warforged Mind Flayer form. And then sitting at the opposite end of the dais, on the stairs, are the king and queen who you saw before, the previous evening at the party. You don't see Braxis at this point in time. And as you enter the room, the figure who is sitting on the throne says, "Ah, welcome, welcome. I was wondering when you would be arriving for your audience. Yin, you can go ahead and shut the door on your way out." And Yin obediently goes out and shuts the door behind him. "Well, come forward a little, would you?"
Daddy strides forward.
Okay. How far forward do you want to stride?
About midway through the room.
Somewhere around there. Mandus goes up with you.
Yeah, I think we'll all
Yeah,
follow.
we'll all go with him.
Yeah.
Strength in numbers and all that.
And an AoE on us.
It's also, it's also going to be nice to like be with the 10 people.
Right, yeah.
That happens.
Yeah.
Now that you get a little ways into the room, you can also see... or no, actually. No, that's not true. Never mind. The figure sitting on the throne says, "So at this point, you're, I'm sure, aware you're not meeting with the king and queen today."
We've known that for longer than you realize.
"Ah, well, that is fortuitous in some regards because we can skip some introductions. You know who I am then at this point, I assume."
Orin.
He nods.
Gore.
Kuor stands motionless where he is,
I don't know these two.
motioning to
The king and
the
queen.
king and queen. So you know about that as well. You're very perceptive, your group, and that's precisely what makes you a problem. We've overlooked your meddling in Ravenmoor. We overlooked you getting in our way in Redwater. We even overlooked you preventing us from stealing entirely what we wanted from the giant Voltrus. But you're proving more and more to be a constant thorn in the side. And while I hadn't wanted to involve any nobles or those affiliated with them, since they run the country for me so nicely, I suppose exceptions have to be made. And he sort of pauses there, looking for a reaction. So, not really getting a reaction.
Carmen's just like, what's happening?
He sort of...
Talking about?
Thaddeus undoes his sword.
Okay.
No
Orin
more pretenses.
then claps his hands, and you can see from the doorway behind the thrones, where you followed Kuora from in the vision, come running out and taking positions on the sides of the back of the room, 4 Warforged, who seem to have those shoulder crossbows that the ones from the island had, as well as... oh, I didn't pull up their stat block either, did I? I think they just have long swords.
If you already have resistance to something and get resistance again, does it just not do anything at all? Okay.
Doesn't stack.
Yeah.
What does stack? Resistance stacks with
Reduction?
well, if you like with half damage from a spell. So like if you pass the saving throw and you take half
Then it'd
damage,
be 1/4?
resistance does stack with that.
Or would it be 0? It'd be 1/4. The 1/4 is not added. Okay, got it.
Yeah, it's not immune.
Cool.
Also, as he claps his hand, you hear a thud on the roof of the cathedral. A very loud... It shakes the room, and actually some of the stones, dust falls down from above where you're standing. And Orin just sort of smiles and says, "You must know that attempting to fight will be foolish."
We could say the same thing to you.
Regardless, foolish or not, Thaddeus points his moonblade cords at Quor. For the death of Heli Iron Shield, I name you my enemy.
Casting Vow of Enmity? Okay, let's roll initiative. I think that seems like the sort of point where initiative should be rolled.
So you're saying I have to do it, my potions and stuff during my turn, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Well, okay.
I added some to my notes last night, but it didn't say.
I don't know how much that Hobo Venerable is going to do if I go last.
Uh-oh. Oh no.
I will say, I pre-rolled the enemy's initiatives.
Mhm.
Kuor is pretty low. Or not Kuor, Rexus.
Probably not as low as mine.
Did you add it?
Let's get some battle music.
Yeah.
You
Yeah.
had that. Oh, good.
Pull out my initiative card.
Oh boy, I'm so nervous.
So you can be pretty safe, and anytime you roll a d20, there's always a
Something
potential
to add.
modifier. Yeah, to it.
It's very rare when you just
Oh,
roll.
there it is. There.
I don't know why I had to roll it.
Well, you usually
Okay, these are in order.
we're being lazy today.
There they are. Wonderful.
Wonderful.
I'm helping you out.
Mara is the highest at 16.
Did you get your HP?
That is not the highest total, but the highest of the group. Oh, Harmony, you're not last. You beat Braxis.
Yay! You must have
Um,
rolled a 1.
You did. You did.
I rolled a 2.
Has a 20 total.
Percy, you let me down.
First up in the initiative, however, surprisingly, are the Warforged. I'll say you get off your valve end.
Yeah, okay.
'Cause that's fine. The Warforged crossbows are each going to... Yeah, they'll make one crossbow attack at each of you. So here comes Hunter. It's probably a miss. Yeah, that's only 12. Here comes Mara. That's a miss at 6. Harmony. That's a natural 20. And
Of course.
Thaddeus, that is a 15, so that's a miss.
Yeah.
So Harmony, a crossbow bolt.
I wish I had those gloves with missile snaring now.
You wrote it down, right?
You take 8 piercing damage as one of these crossbow
But you
bolts
write down what it
pierces
does.
into your shoulder.
Yeah.
Cool.
And then the
Oh, okay.
Warforged are going to
Just
each
trying to
start
make sure.
moving and taking up positions around the room. That's the Warforged's turn. Then
Okay.
the ceiling shakes again, but this time you can tell it's more focused on a specific point, and a huge chunk of the ceiling crumbles inward, actually crushing this Warforged
Nice.
as rubble.
Nice.
As rubble just piles in, and as the ceiling opens up, you can see from above, looking down into the room, the face of what must be a 3-story tall Warforged figure with polished black iron plates.
What? Praxis!
Not Braxis, a Warforged.
Oh,
That guy.
Whoa.
Oh, man, look at
I
that.
think we know where Vultus' soul
And
went.
yes, you can see his plates seem to crackle with electrical energy as he's just punching in this roof. Mandus's eyes go wide, and he turns to the rest of you and says, "Leave that one to me. This room is your fight." And he goes running up the wall of the room here, and then wall jumps off of it, and then in mid-air turns into a dragon, the shadow coalescing around him and then dissipating as the dragon goes flying out the hole that the giant just opened in. And those two will go off and fight outside.
They're off camera.
Good.
Alright. I was thinking I had to banish someone really early.
You can see, though, make a perception check. All of you.
16.
10, 4.
7.
I'm glad I got that bad roll out of the way.
Harmony, you see as Mandus transforms into his dragon form, there's a look of shock on Orin's face. He wasn't anticipating that. Then it is Orin's turn, and Orin goes to cast a spell. And he does so. And you can see...
You giving me a chance to use counter
I
spell.
was giving you a chance to use I'm going
Can
to
you
try
know
and...
what the spell is before you counterspell?
No, you never did.
You can with the new rules in Xanathar's.
That's
Oh,
what I
yeah.
was gonna say. Do I recognize it?
There's a rule for it. You can use your reaction to try and determine what it is. And I will say, as part of that reaction, you can counterspell if you want.
Yeah, so can I determine what it is?
So you make an Arcana check. The DC
Okay.
is 15 plus the level of the spell. So I'll tell you.
That's
if you
really
need it.
high.
Well,
It's hard to do.
It's difficult.
14.
Yeah, it's not
Yeah,
enough to
no
quite
idea.
figure out what it is. This is a spell you've never seen before. And you can see when he's done casting it, there is a shimmer of energy around him, but then disappears. And he just continues
Let
to
him
be
do it.
sitting in his throne, holding onto his staff, and sort of leaning there,
Save it
looking out at the rest of you.
Devastating.
I will mark off that spell slot. Mara, it's your turn.
Okay. I'm going to use the flight spell.
Oh, the potion of flying?
Yeah.
Okay, so you drink that as a bonus action. You now have a fly speed of 60? Potion of
Sounds
flying?
right.
Equal to walking
Okay, so 30.
for 1 hour.
Actually, does Mara have higher than 30 speed?
What's your walking speed?
30.
30, yeah.
30, okay. So you have a fly speed of 30.
I'm gonna erase that from my list.
And what would you like to do? That's your bonus action. You still have your movement and your action.
Okay, so let's see, I'm up in the air. I'm gonna go land on the pillars.
Okay, well
Do
the
the pillars
pillars,
go all
the
the way up
pillars
to the-
stretch up to the top
Oh,
of the
they're
ceiling.
at the
So
top
that,
of the
yeah,
ceiling. Okay.
that's why I shouldn't actually have Brax.
That's what I was asking. Like I'm confused.
That's
Okay.
basically
It was kind of not seen at the moment.
Alright, based.
Okay, so for
You can still
now,
be next to them now. You can just
for
float
now, I
next to
think I'm just gonna hover close to the ceiling.
Okay. So just sort of where you are, go straight
Yeah.
up near the ceiling.
Yeah.
You
Okay.
can use your action to dodge
them. Dodge.
so that if someone tries to attack you, they have disadvantage
Yep.
Okay.
or something.
Oh, you
Take the
talking about
dodge action.
the uncanny dodge?
No, it's one of the basic actions you can take
Yeah.
instead of attacking. You
Okay.
can hide, you can dodge, you can disengage, you can attack. So if you take the dodge action, if you don't have any other action you want to take, if someone tries to attack you, they'll have disadvantage.
Okay.
Because you're like actively trying to avoid getting hit.
Okay. Let's do that.
Okay. Then it is Thaddeus' turn.
Alright, Thaddeus calls on him to speed his vengeance along. He casts haste on himself.
Oh boy. So then you
Nice.
still have your hasted action.
Yeah, and then runs up to Core.
How did I not see that coming?
Right into the. It's like you didn't learn your lesson last time.
Things are gonna go very differently this time, I'm pretty sure.
I hope.
The improved divine smite.
Yeah. So let's see.
I will tell you on your first attack, Kuor is going to cast shield as his reaction.
Okay, well does that beat a 26?
No, 26 still hits. His AC went up with his new form, but
But not that much.
Not that much. Yeah, I've got advantage on all my hits again from the battle end.
Oh, nice.
So that's gonna be 21. Well, hang on. This you need rating and cold separate after.
I do in fact.
Okay.
Yes.
Then the cold is 14.
Okay.
And then 7 rating.
I'm gonna need my calculator. I should open.
That's 20. Oh, no, not from there.
So hold on to that for a second. I need my calculator. It was 14 cold.
Ethan,
Yes.
What is this?
it's a calculator.
Oh, nice.
Then
I
you
got
know
one on
you-
my phone. So.
Yeah, but then you can use your phone for other things.
And then it was 7
14
rating.
cold, 7 rating.
Let's go down and complain more.
It's nice having color dice. This is cool. This is good.
So that's your first attack. Oh no, you only get one.
I only get the
because
one
of
first.
hasted action. And as you run up to Kuor, you hear in your mind that sort of rasping evil voice you remember, and he says, "You again, you pesky little bug." Then it is Gelatinous Hunter's turn.
Alright. So I'm going to be like, vengeance! And then I will.
We all close our eyes.
Yeah.
Yeah, so you can just, shut your eyes, and I'm going to throw a flash bomb out into the center of the room.
Okay.
And I don't have a card for it, so I don't know actually what it does, but I'm assuming I know what it does.
I think they have to make a Constitution save. So let's see. There's 3 Warforged.
I've had that since Raven War.
Yeah, I remember.
It's
Oh,
like one of the first
This
items
is a
I
good
got.
time to use it.
Yeah.
Because wizards who can't see can't cast a lot of spells.
That's
So
true.
I'm going to cross that off.
All 3 Warforged make their save. Let's see
Throw
about
another one.
Core.
Just kidding.
Unfortunately, Core rolled a natural 20.
Jesus Christ.
Let's see about Orin.
So you need a code word.
Orin fails.
Yay!
Alright,
That's the guy I wanted to pick.
Yep.
Yeah.
Um,
Did Braxis have to roll?
Breakfast is
Braxis. Actually, Braxis does have to roll.
Yes.
We just want to raise that right now.
How many times does practice after all?
Yeah.
I'm just
every
gonna make
eye.
it once, but it should be a lot. I'll give him disadvantage. That's what I'll do.
That's
Um,
funny.
That's actually a really good point.
Oh, this
So,
one! This one!
yeah, he hit 12, and that's what I was setting as the DC. So Braxis is okay. You don't know that though.
Yeah, okay.
You can
Thanks for
see.
telling us.
You can see Orin like shields his eyes, but then when he like comes back, he's rubbing them, and you can tell that it's affected him.
So, how long does it last? And don't just make him
I'm gonna
blind?
say he can make a save at the end of each turn.
Okay. I don't know what it
I
does.
can't
so.
remember how I statted out that item, so that's what I'm gonna
Yep,
say.
it works.
Say it was
Cool.
really strong. And then, so I don't know how you said bonus action for items, or was that
For
a free
potions.
action?
For potions.
Okay,
To
so
drink a potion.
so was that an action
That
to
was
throw it? Okay, so then I'm also gonna do a vulnerability potion. And you said the dome of protection thing,
The globe of
Globe of-
vulnerability, which I have not cast yet.
same thing.
Yeah.
That's like a 10-foot.
Radius.
Okay.
Yeah, from where I cast it. No, it's on self, so it'll be from me when I cast it.
Okay.
I don't know.
So-
I don't think it moves with me though. I think
No, it's solitary.
it's
They're in stationary.
Okay.
Yeah.
So I'll take my great bow out, and I guess that's all I can do for this turn.
Okay. To make a choice, it's Core's turn now. We will try this one. Thaddeus, right in front of him, I need you to make an intelligence saving throw.
oh dear.
Okay. What's the 20.
20. Okay, yep, you're fine.
Just get me
That
everywhere,
is.
so you don't-
He goes to cast a spell, and you can. Let me double check that you don't take any fail. Oh, you still do. Oh no, on a success. Successful save, you take 5d10 psychic damage, and on a failed save, okay. So you do still take some damage, but it's much reduced from what it would have been. 7, 15, 15, so you take 25 psychic damage.
Wow, that wasn't bad.
Yeah, that was
Mhm.
actually exactly half for 5d10.
Wow.
And you see like a brief flash of some illusion or something like that before your eyes, where there's just writhing tentacles closing in around you, forming a cage. But you manage to will yourself with your power of intellect to say, no, it's not real, no, it's not real, and you open your eyes again, and the tentacles are gone. But just seeing them initially gave you brief stabbing. Man, I was excited about that one. That's one of the new spells. It's Mental Prison.
Things are going to go very differently this time.
It's on the agenda. Make it go differently.
Harmony.
I'm not dead.
I'm gonna run behind Hunter, and I'll cast the Globe of Invulnerability, which I believe just works, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Because I have up to 6 level spells.
You want me to hold that for you? Or are you just gonna leave it there?
So I'm gonna mark that up.
You can put Hunter on top of it if you want.
And then I will use
You'll go all the
Quicken
way up to the ceiling.
Spell.
No. Well, you're only 30 feet. Come with that.
Let's see. I think I'll use Quicken Spell and then cast Shatter at the 2 Warforged
Nice.
Over in the corner.
over in the corner.
There
Okay.
you go.
Because I think I can hit them both.
One other thing about Core, now that you're up close and personal with him, Thaddeus, actually 2 other things. You can see his left hand, which is gripping his staff. 2 of the fingers, the middle finger and the thumb, are not robotic. They're mummified fingers,
Ew!
similar to the finger of death, which Harmony is carrying.
Which
he's
I'm
Oh,
carrying.
which Thaddeus is carrying.
Yeah.
That's right. The other thing you can see as his cloak kind of billows back as he's reeling from your attack and trying to cast his spell is you can see that his back under the cloak is outfitted with a tank, and in it you can glimpse 5 or 6 brains, which are just sort of swimming around and floating, and each seems to have like a different colored glow to it. But then the cloak billows back and you don't get any more.
Ooh,
of that.
weird.
Oh.
This guy.
So your shatter spell. They need to
Shatter.
make a Constitution save.
It's a 10-foot radius, so that'll hit both of them, right?
Yep.
Yes.
Okay. It's a Constitution save.
Oh, I also take out some of that filler.
That's fine.
It certainly will.
Which one are you doing?
Shatter.
So there's a 16 and a 10. So I think
They both fail.
they both fail.
Big money,
Yeah,
big money.
that's not bad. 15?
Yes.
15.
15 damage.
Yep.
Yeah,
15.
you
Thunder damage.
obliterate them, shatter
Yes!
them further than the stone, and their parts go scattering all over the place.
I
Also,
let out a victorious cry.
a
Like,
good chunk of
yeah!
that pillar goes scattering across the floor. There's rubble and stones everywhere.
Keep them coming! Except
then,
don't.
Yeah, don't.
from near the ceiling where you are floating, Mara, you see coming out of nowhere.
That would be centered on me, though. The globe.
Oh,
Of
would it?
invulnerability.
can
Sorry, I
fix
just
that.
noticed where you put it.
Yes, please.
It would be on me.
Mara, from somewhere near the ceiling, but still a ways away from you, more towards the where this Warforged is, near that pillar, a beam of light comes shooting towards a couple of your companions. How many do I have to roll here?
Are we protected from that? That's not technically a spell.
It's not a spell, yeah.
Nor is it an attack. Three iris. So I will roll a d4 and decide which one of you not to. So one goes towards Thaddeus, one goes towards Mara, and one goes towards Hunter.
Okay.
6. So Thaddeus,
Mhm.
I need you to make a dexterity saving throw.
Yeah.
This is not something that your shield would help you with.
No, but I got a 16.
Okay, that's a success. The ray comes shooting out at you, and it's this like purplish energy. And as it goes grazing past, you feel like as it comes up, because your reflex is almost to bring up the shield.
Mhm.
It goes shooting past the shield, and you can feel as it goes by the shield, a little bit of energy, like magical energy, seems to almost drain from the shield, but you pull it back in time. Against Harmony.
Not me.
Oh right, not you. Against Mara, I need you to make a Constitution saving throw.
You didn't write any saving throws. But...
I don't think rogues are proficient, so it would just be for Constitution bonus.
Yeah.
So it'd be.
Plus
Oh, you
so
said
it's
Constitution? So
yes,
just
so just
whatever's on the
6.
dice then?
Yeah, just
Okay.
6.
Oh no.
Oh no, that's bad.
Oh, 6 total.
Yeah.
I thought you were saying you had a 6 plus to that.
Nope. Oh, 6.
You then
Six.
take. Wow. 18 necrotic damage as a beam of blackish, bubbly energy strikes into your chest as you're flying up near the
Oh
ceiling.
no. Mara.
Then against Hunter,
Wait, does she? Oh no. You don't get it.
I need you to make a strength saving throw,
Okay.
which you're not good at all, are you?
No, awful. Let's see what I do. 18?
18 does it. This ray slams into you with the force as if it were trying to push you, but you completely resist it and hold your ground. Then,
Harmony, stop pushing.
at the bottom of the turn, from the back of the room,
Oh, that's right.
the doors swing open again and Warforged file in again.
Cool. Oh, I forgot to roll for wild magic.
Please do so.
Ooh, because I used this thingy.
What is a scroll then? Oh, no, but
No,
then
for
you get
the
shatter.
for the shatter.
Yeah.
It was hey. Oh, as per normal. So just
So we know Brax is where he is now, right?
Well, you know where he was when he fired the ray. He could have moved
Invisible.
since then.
Okay.
Which actually reminds me. Okay. I should have rolled a concentration check at one point. But things are fine. Everything's good. So these 3 Warforged file into the room. One of them comes running up to Harmony with the longsword drawn. And the other 3 in the room are going to take more crossbow shots. So here comes Thaddeus. That's 17, which I think misses.
Misses.
With her haste and shield. Here comes Harmony with the longsword. That's only 13, so that's a miss.
That's a hit.
Oh, that's a hit.
My AC is only 12.
Okay. You take 6
And then you did the dome already,
6
right?
slashing damage.
Did she do the dome already?
Yep,
Yeah, the dome
and I
is
need to roll
that
for
circular
concentration
thing
now.
there.
But it doesn't block
It
physical
doesn't.
attacks.
It only blocks
Oh,
spells.
right. Okay.
It's
and
kind of a
then-
poorly named spell.
That's
All
good.
right.
It's a very
I held
important
concentration though.
And then here comes a crossbow bolt. Actually, we'll do a second one at Thaddeus, but we'll have to go in a bit more. It'll be at disadvantage for that range, I think. No, it's not. He's fine. Okay. But it's a 2, so he misses.
Yeah. He needs considerably more than a 2 to hit that.
Yes. Then, that's the Warforged. You can see through the hole in the ceiling where Mandus is battling with the giant. Mandus is just absolutely like you see a streak as Mandus goes flying by and lets out this necrotic breath that just batters against the giant's form, but it holds up this giant shield and like resists a whole bunch of it, and then it like pulls from almost nowhere a lightning bolt and hurls it at Mandus
God.
and strikes Mandus in the side, and he goes careening out of view for a moment before flying back up. And that's all you get of a view of Mandus. Orin
Amanda's.
is blind.
Orin is blind.
Yay! Flash bomb! You did something.
Yay.
I knew you had a purpose.
That was the most important target too.
Yeah. So happy.
So he's just going to make a Constitution saving throw at the end of his turn. Let me make sure he doesn't have anything he can do himself. Yeah. Is that one concentration?
I think I should just unload on 4.
Yeah, if you guys take him out together, then Thaddeus might not die again.
Thaddeus has 3 attacks all at advantage coming up pretty soon.
Yeah.
Hunter has 3
Or-
advantage attacks coming up too.
Just because you've got
so-
a lot of attack doesn't mean you got a lot of defense.
He has a shield though.
I also
I have no idea
my
what it
AC
does.
right now is 0.2.
That's really good. It's very good. Is your shield pretty awesome?
That doesn't protect
Pretty
you against mental attacks.
not
So.
But that was a spell. That wasn't like an innate ability of his.
Yeah.
Yeah, he will cast on himself, since it's not concentration, Mirror Image. So you suddenly see sitting in both thrones are Orins, and then there's a third one standing next to him.
So, Ethan, I have a question.
Mm-hmm.
Since I can also counterspell, can I do the reaction thing too?
You
You
can't.
can?
Yeah, my bow could be counterspell.
Oh. I
His bowstring.
The bowstring.
Oh,
Yeah,
the
the
new
beholder
bowstring.
bowstring.
Because Beholder's eyes have magic
Oh,
canceling
anti-magic,
properties. So I figured it'd be cool if he could dispel and counter magic.
Is that limited per day?
It's 8 charges and it takes 3 of them
Oh,
to
okay.
counterspell.
It's pretty hefty, but it's
Nice.
good in a pinch.
So
So okay, that's
Cool.
it. It's
I
a
can
second
cast
level.
dispel or counterspell.
That's awesome.
I know.
That's so good.
Yeah.
You could dispel invisibility on that asshole. If you know where
All
he
the
is.
assholes.
Well, if you know where Braxis is, you
Orin
can
still
dispel
remains
Is he
blind.
invisible? Is that
It-
Oh,
is
nice.
he? I think he is.
Braxis? Braxis is invisible.
Yeah.
Okay.
You
So-
saw I-beams shoot out, but then nothing
If you
more
know where
since
he
then.
is, you can.
Mara, it's your turn.
But you have time to target.
Okay,
Mhm.
so I'm going to get out my short bow and fly over and shoot at
I would consider it.
Core.
So
Okay.
you're going to fly towards maybe this pillar? Where are you headed?
yeah, because I want to try to help Dad.
I will say anyone attacking Orin while he's blind has advantage on all of those.
Yeah, but
Oh,
he's
that's-
the mirror image now, so
Yeah.
she'd have to attack the correct one.
Yeah, so I'm
So it's
gonna-
up to you, Mom. Don't let us tell you what to do.
Well, I want to. Well, he's still blind and can't do anything. I want to try to help that take out Cord.
Okay.
Okay.
Do it.
Focus fire.
Do it.
Nice.
Do it. Make them attack.
You can go ahead and
Okay.
make your attack.
Do you get sneak attack?
She will
She
if
will.
she hits.
Because he's right
Yeah.
there.
Because he's fighting
Guys,
somebody.
He does not have a shield.
Does that give her advantage or just the extra damage?
Just the
extra
damage.
Okay.
Mhm.
Alright, so roll the hit. With the short
As a
bow.
rogue, she gets advantage though, right? On sneak attack targets? Oh no, that's
No,
with
no.
that's with if you're that archetype or whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah, thievery or something.
Yeah.
Or that assassination.
Roll the hit.
That's
That's a 6.
try this one.
Roll a d6.
That's not going to hit no matter how you slice it.
I like the other one
Are
better.
you sure she doesn't have advantage?
I'm pretty
She
sure.
would have if she earned. Yeah, we got her.
But does the mirror
How did it
image
do?
constantly also?
I rolled a
No,
2.
no, it hit
Two?
is a hit. and
Okay,
then
it's
you roll
probably
two,
not going
which-
to do it.
Oh.
So your arrow comes shooting out of the sky, and you're sure it would have been a good hit, but he twists at just the last minute, and it clatters against his plates.
Okay.
You were aiming for a much squishier target.
I'm gonna ask Harmony, are you gonna be okay with that guy?
Yeah.
Or those guys?
Yeah, I'll be
Okay.
fine.
Alright.
Do what you gotta do.
Oh man.
Then, at the end of Mara's turn, something will happen that hasn't happened before. All of you see, as you look towards Orin, this look of frustration on his face, and almost sort of coiling around him, there's this spectral shape of a giant serpent that seems to fill the entire area of the thrones, and its head lashes out towards Thaddeus.
Oh boy.
16?
Nope.
Nope. But you can feel like there's some force behind this spectral, ghostly image, and as the head comes close to you, you can see its eyes look like just hollow voids.
Would I know that it was a spirit?
Yes. Do you want to make?
I do.
Well, actually, this is something I would say you would know.
Okay.
So I bet you guys weren't expecting to get any lore,
Yeah, I even said at the start of the session I'm not going to take my notebook today.
but you might want to take your note out now. Hunter, you know a legend which every person who grows up in the Elder Haven reaches hears at one point or another. There's a story. I need to find it in my notes. Amongst all the other notes. Actually, I can just go to my messages to Zach, because I sent it to him. There's a story which is passed down in your tribe and other tribes of the world, or of the country, about how the Elder Haven Reaches was once and this is where it got its name, it was once a safe region from the powerful entities that ruled the world, like the Aboleths, who ruled over the domains near the sea, or the Mind Flayers, who had residence in ancient Farandel, or the Yuan Ti, who built their capital over Ravenmoor. And the Elder Haven Reaches was sort of a safe haven. No one could get into that region. And the reason for that was because early in the history of the world, several ancient spirits crossed into the material plane from an unknown location, and they made their home there, each setting up their dwelling in one of the 4 cardinal directions, north, south, east, and west. And these 4 spirits were a great black turtle, a great vermilion bird, a massive white tiger, and a stately azure dragon. In their wake, as they came into the world, they seemed to have opened a gap between the planes, and more lesser spirits poured in, taking up residence in the same realm. However, after some time had passed and these great spirits had gained sort of the respect and honor of the people of the land for protecting them from all of these outside forces, a 5th spirit followed into the world, jealous of the new home that the first 4 had found, a great serpent named Orochi. This fifth serpent, or this fifth spirit, wrought destruction on the people in the land, trying to bend them to its will by force, transforming and corrupting the lesser spirits who preceded her. This greatly angered the four guardian spirits, and they waged war against Orochi, which split the continent into several parts and sunk other parts beneath the ocean, creating the island state the country is in now. Of course, throughout the conflict, Orochi then learned of the wider world beyond the Elder Haven reaches and began laying plans to expand her influence. Learning of this, the four guardians weaved a powerful spell to create a black fog that would seal Orochi from leaving, and conversely keep others from coming in. The spell worked, and Orochi was furious, lashing out with brash and brazen attacks in her anger, and the four spirits took that opportunity of her irrational anger to seal her where she could never surface again, and try to exert control over the world. And you would recognize this serpent with its void-like eyes as the astral form of that great spirit from the legend.
So, I'm sure Hunter would be very shocked at this point to see Orochi out of the Elder Haven reaches. What did you say then?
Just
But at that point, it's Thaddeus' turn.
Just shocked.
Okay,
Cool.
cool. Let's make 3 attacks at advantage against 4.
Yes, he's going to cast Shield,
Yeah, I bet.
which I should mark off.
Does that just affect
Good.
one attack
Yeah,
or all
keep
the
using
attacks?
up all the spell slots.
So that won't block at 27.
Nope.
Definitely not going to block a crit.
A
Nope.
natural 20!
Oh,
Hey, guess where you're dumping all your smite?
That's right, and it's not going to block at 29.
nice. Get him.
All 3 hit.
I don't even need to shoot.
I
I'm
know.
just gonna
I need-
sheath my bow and just look at Orochi the whole time.
I'm going to hold up to the camera. How many D8s I have right here?
I
I need way more than this.
I thought you
I
bought
don't
all
know
that
what
you
the
ever
camera
need.
saw.
Well, not in this circumstance. So yes,
Like,
12,
Not in the
I
case of a crit with the
need-
improved divine smite.
14.
I have 5 more.
Okay,
You
I
need
think
more?
Kuor may be dead.
it's 14.
Maybe.
I need 4 for each other hit. This is all for 1 hit. I need 4 for both the other hits.
I have 4.
No, I don't. I need 2 for the other hits. I need 1 more. I got a little bit of extra.
Just do 4 anyways.
Alright. And you do need the cold separator,
I
right?
do. Yep.
Okay. 14, that's the least of the damage.
So there were 14 cold.
So that's just all
Need
3
your
hits at once.
calculator back.
Yeah, this is all for you. Well, I'm gonna do the cold first. The cold, oops. What was that? Cold is, so that's pretty good. 32 cold?
Okay.
No, wait, more than that.
No, that's... Oh,
Nope.
you have a modifier.
Plus the modifier that kicks in twice more. So, 48 cold.
Okay.
That's the least of it.
Keep these out of the way.
Woohoo!
Oh
Okay.
man, that's fun.
like
Oh, look at him go.
It
I'm
is
just gonna
fun.
drink my wine.
It's so much fun.
That's
I'm
awesome.
just gonna take a drink of beer here.
Yeah.
That's amazing. Whatever.
Wreck my monster's neck. Wreck him.
Use the rest and hit the giant with it.
I hope this takes out 4.
Me too.
I would be surprised if it didn't. Yeah.
Well, there's a couple of 1s in there, unfortunately.
17. 51 radiant.
Do you have a modifier? for
That was total?
No?
That was total.
Total radiant. Yep.
Badly injured, but alive.
But
Oh,
Kuor
wow.
stands before you.
Yeah. And Daddy says again, this is going to go differently!
And he says, unlikely. This time I'm prepared. But only in your head.
Oh, thanks.
Um,
you go.
and then it's Gelatinous Hunter's turn.
Alright, 4. Sorry.
Gelatinous.
So I'm gonna shoot him with my bow a few times.
Okay.
I'm gonna make
3
these
attacks.
3 attacks, and I get. Let me find my other sheet here that has writing on it. I think my sharpshooter going. I don't know why I have so many pieces of paper.
Copy spills on your paper.
Yeah, well, this was the when we spilled it here. Yeah, sorry, guys. I normally have it here. This is the very last one.
99 damage.
So
Yeah,
close.
I got it right
So
too.
close.
Oh, that
Gold
wasn't
gets
quite
reduced.
triple digits.
It did. But I'm saying do something.
Okay, first shot is plus 22.
22 against Kuor.
Yeah.
You It's deflected off the magical force field that is his
Oh
shield.
boy. Okay. Let's try again. Oop. 23.
23 just does it.
Okay.
Because shield is +5.
Yes.
Yes. So
Yep.
23 just does it.
Okay.
Yep.
And then find my D12, which is not that D8. That's that. Okay. And then that, and I'm going to do a. He's holding something.
Yeah, he's holding his staff.
I'm gonna do disarm on his staff,
Okay.
which is strength saving throw, and his saving throw is 18.
Well, guess what? He's not great at. Well, actually, he is, isn't he?
My D10.
But he doesn't make an 18.
Okay.
So he drops his staff down on the ground.
Okay. 25 damage, and then I'm gonna do the bow one. Both ones do the bowstring too.
Okay.
So that's a D10. That's number 3, which is fear, and that's a wisdom saving throw. Frightened for 1 minute. The DC is 15.
Let me check.
Wisdom.
Mhm.
So it's also magic damage.
Unfortunately, he is immune to frightened, but he will take the magic damage.
Okay, so it's 25 magic damage for the first hit. Is he still standing?
He is.
Okay, I'll make another one then.
Still Hunter's turn.
I got the crit.
Okay, that's a hit. That's a hit.
Okay, and then I'm also going to use the bowstring on this one too. And I get crit damage.
Nice.
So that's 6
It's 2 crits on core.
That guy's
plus.
This guy's wrecked.
We hate that guy.
Yeah, we do.
Plus 10, plus 20. Plus. Hang on a second. 32 plus the bowstring. Number 4, which is slow.
Ooh,
Dexterity saving
that
throw.
could be cool. He's not immune to slow, so we can make that save for you.
Okay.
With a natural 20. He succeeds.
So that is.
Doesn't matter, he's gonna be dead.
So I shoot him right in the tentacles.
How much damage was it total?
32 plus 10.
Okay, so 42.
42, yeah.
Your arrow, fired from the bowstring, so it's magical, sort of slows in time as it comes up near him. And Thaddeus, you feel this burst of slowing energy, even on your hasted form as well. And you can see in slow motion as it pierces straight through Core's stomach. And as it does, the black mist that poured out before when you killed Core begins to leak out and then fills the space where he's in for a second, and then goes shooting up towards the ceiling where the giant is and out of the room. But Core is dead.
Good.
For now.
That was my 3rd attack this turn, and I think it was good. I'm happy with that. So,
Cool. Now you can help me with my problem.
yep. Okay, I'm
At
done.
the end of that, Orochi is going to take a bite at Thaddeus again.
Okay.
Actually, you may use the 2 action. Yeah, we'll do that. So I need you to make a charisma saving throw, which Thaddeus is good at.
Very good. 18.
18 just does it. Okay. So you feel like for a second your vision fades over and all you're seeing is black void. But then with your force of will, you push past that and you're able to see just fine again. Harmony.
Alright, well, I think I'm going to use Shocking Grasp on this asshole who came up next to me.
Excellent.
Which means I need to roll to hit, which I kind of hate, but there it is. Ooh, come on, Percy.
Well,
That's a 13.
13 won't quite do it.
Then I'll use
Unfortunately.
Tides of Chaos.
Okay.
How about a 15?
Doesn't quite do it.
Damn it.
Oh no.
Yeah, so this Warforged dodges out of the way of your Shocking Grasp, batting your arm away with his shield.
wait, do you get... It's metal. Don't you get advantage on shocking grasp?
Do I?
You actually may. That's true.
Then I didn't have to use Tides of Chaos. I just would have had advantage.
You could then Tides of Chaos roll again, like, I suppose.
Well, Tides of Chaos just gives me advantage.
Oh, that's right.
It doesn't give me like
yeah.
another
True, true,
try.
true. It's not like luck.
I think in that case I will cast Quicken Spell and I'll try that again because that's really fucking obnoxious. And I'm not using Percy's die anymore.
do it.
But I get advantage, so we're gonna do this one and this one. All right, another try. That's better. How about a 23?
23 will do it.
All right. 1d8. Oh no, it's up to 3d8 lightning damage now because
Oh yeah.
I'm level 11 and that's awesome. Not bad.
14.
Yeah, what he said. 14 lightning damage.
Um,
And he's...
punch your hand
He
through him,
can't
Sasuke
take-
style.
It's my favorite thing you've ever said.
Yeah.
Oh, is he dead?
It's 100% just like Sasuke. You just reach your arm through as it's just sparking with lightning.
Oh, man. Well, he's dead then. Alright, I was gonna say he can't take reactions.
Well, he still can.
But he's dead. Yeah, that's my turn, guys.
Okay.
Because I used...
Then
I used
it
my...
is Braxis. Let's roll a d4 again and see who isn't getting hit. Thaddeus is not getting hit.
I have a good save.
So, Harmony. Let's see. I need
So the
from
dome
you.
doesn't work for this? It's just...
Because it's not a spell.
Oh, it's not a spell.
It only works on spells.
I need a dexterity save
Not
from
projectiles.
Harmony.
Yeah.
I need a constitution save from Mara.
You get a bonus to this because you are within 10 feet, I think.
And I
She's
need,
up.
Oh, she's
She
up,
went
okay.
30 feet up
Yeah.
and then 30
So
feet
no.
over. So.
And I need a strength saving throw from Hunter.
Okay.
I got the exact same numbers.
Your folders in the way.
I only got a
I
27.
only got a 13.
Succeeds. Fails.
8.
8 fails. Okay.
No.
Harmony,
Mm-hmm.
what magic items do you have
Fuck
that
you.
have charges?
Alright, well, the Chaos Amulet. And the Dragon Earrings. And the Wand of Magic Detection. They all have charges.
Okay. So how many of those are there?
Huh?
3.
Okay.
How many charges or
No,
how many items?
How many items? do you have?
3 items.
Okay, I'm gonna roll a d4 minus 1. So the third one, whichever the third one was you listed,
The
Go on.
Magic Detection.
Yeah.
magic
Wand.
detection. The ray strikes the wand, and you can feel the magic dissipate from it. At least for the moment.
That's not good.
And if it has charges, it also loses 4 of those charges.
Okay. Cool.
No.
I mean,
Um,
I'm glad it
Way
was that and
That could
not
have been
my
a lot
Chaos
worse,
Amulet. Yeah. Shit.
Mara, you're going to take some damage.
I'm glad, and also not HP. Like, that was kind of a best case scenario kind of thing.
Yeah, I was
Yeah,
really
that
hoping
was-
for the chaos area, to be honest. Mara takes 20 necrotic damage
Again? Oh
Ouch.
no.
as one of these eye rays strikes into her again. And Hunter, again, you feel that pushing force, but it just can't
Not
push
this
you back.
time, Braxis.
You don't?
Keep
I
trying.
should have given you each of them before I don't think I do. Where's your list of items that you have that I gave you? Oh, it would have been something you penciled in. It wouldn't have been something you started with.
Yeah, every time I get something, I put it on this.
Warforged
I
come
have
running
some,
in.
so if you need some, I can get this. Or fatties.
The same ones or more?
New ones.
New ones.
They
Oh,
came
okay.
out from the other side this time.
Alright, so let's see. I see
Oh
2
shit.
attacks
Oh, I didn't
against
take.
Gladius,
Mhm.
2 against Mara, and 2 against Harmony. None against Hunter this time. So 2 against Gladius, both misses. 2 against Harmony, 1 miss, maybe 1 hit. Well, let's see actually. They get a +5 to hit, so that's a 12 and a 19.
Yeah, they both hit.
Okay.
Oh, but I'll shield.
Okay, so they both miss. Or does the 19
Then
still
it's-
hit?
I think the 19 will still hit because it's +5,
Mm-hmm.
so I'd be up to
Um,
17.
And then the 2 with their crossbows against Mara both miss handily. A 1 and a 5 on the
Mark off
dice.
my spell
So,
slots.
um,
Where's my? There it is.
Let me just roll for the damage. You take 4 slashing damage, I think it is.
Me?
Yes. For the one that did hit. The
Me?
19.
Yeah, okay.
Mhm. But the rest missed. Then again, you can see Mandus outside the roof as actually the
And
giant.
the globe of vulnerability is gone.
Oh no.
Because I rolled a fucking 1.
Yeah.
But if I was gonna roll a 1, at least it was on that. Now I can use other concentration spells.
Also, it hasn't been doing much work for us.
No, it hasn't.
Well, Orin's been blind. Which is
Exactly.
Flash bomb.
I'm crossing my fingers that holds on one more round.
I know, right?
Yeah, right.
You can see again outside the hole as the hole in the roof as Mandus and in his silver dragon form and this giant are just battling it out one-on-one. Mandus manages to get a grapple on the giant and he throws it down and it actually breaks a hole in part of the wall here.
Oh my god.
Oh,
As the
nice.
giant just goes through the room like that. But then as it comes back up, you see it's forming a lightning sword and it just slashes into Mandus and you can see big burning marks across his chest as he just flies by out of view again. Then it is Orin's turn.
Oh, I need to roll wild magic for the shield. We're good.
Still can't see anything.
Yes!
I mean, I haven't rolled
Yes.
yet. I haven't rolled yet. It's until the end of his turn.
I still can't see anything.
What does he have? What he can do on himself? He'd still have to be able to see to do that, I think. Yeah, you can see.
Flash bomb's doing some work.
I know, this is great. If nothing else, the flash bomb.
The splash bomb is just doing serious work for you. Yeah,
That's just a work.
he is not going to
Just
do
a dude,
anything. He's
yeah.
just going to try and save again against. He does make the save this
Wait.
time.
Can you? What's your?
The Ben Luck?
It'd
For
take a
what?
reaction,
For who?
and
For
she's
what?
used her
Oh,
reaction
she-
on
I
it.
did use my reaction,
Got
but
it.
what
Okay.
what happened?
He
Oh,
made
you
a save
made
against
saving
blindness.
Oh, damn it.
It's okay, I got blind on this. I can just...
You just do it again, yeah.
Mara, it's your turn.
Yeah, I used my reaction to save myself. So.
Okay, so since I'm up in the air, I guess I'll try to shoot. Does he still have the mirror image thing?
He does.
So you roll the hit, and then you have to roll to see which one you hit.
Yeah.
That's how it works. It's not bad.
That's probably it. The wizard.
17.
Okay, so 17.
17 against Orin. You could see your bow is going unerringly towards him, but the snake that is coiled around him coils up and blocks the attack against the arrow.
Was that effectively a shield?
No, it was
Oh,
actually
just a
his
thing.
AC is higher because of the snake.
Okay, cool.
hmm
Alright, 17.
Only because of the snake.
Not
Like,
like
as
that's
a
a problem
natural
for you.
wizard, he's not gonna have
Yeah.
that.
Hmm.
Well, it's not gonna be a problem for you though. Let's be fair.
So that's unfortunate. Anything else from Mara?
I think I'm gonna go. Where am I? Oh, I'm back there.
I mean, you can move still.
Yeah.
You're in the air, right?
Yeah, you're pretty much free of all of the clutter that is around the ground.
So I can't. All I can do is move. I can't.
Unless you have other, like a
or if you
bonus
have a
action
bonus
or
action.
something you can use.
I think I just stay where I am since
Okay.
I'm near Hunter.
Then it is Thaddeus' turn.
We need to find Praxis.
Thaddeus
Yeah, we do.
just strides up quickly to the dais.
Oh, Braxis becomes visible because Kuor is dead. Kuor
Okay.
was concentrating
Oh,
on that
nice.
invisibility.
Oh,
Actually, he
man.
certainly lost it during
Yeah,
Thaddeus'
right.
thing.
Then I
There's
would.
no way.
Oh, then
So
she
I'll
would've done
let
it.
you redo your action. Kuor is
You can redo your
Braxis
turn.
is floating up near the ceiling there.
Okay, cool.
It's like, oh man, we need somebody squishy.
Are you gonna attack him instead?
Yeah.
Oh, there you go. Yeah, you will.
Hey. So that's what, plus 25?
That is definitely a hit.
Yeah.
So are you shooting
sneak
him or are you
attack?
swinging at him?
Not sneak attack.
Shooting.
Because if you're shooting,
No, I think if it was a melee attack.
if you melee as a swashbuckler, you get sneak attack damage.
But
Yes. So if you fly up to him
You're
and
gonna fly
attack,
up to
you can
him?
get you
Okay.
can get your sneak
Yeah.
sneak attack, but
Yeah.
as is you won't.
So she's gonna fly up and attack him
Okay.
with your
And this is
rapier.
exactly
Yeah,
the battle
it's the same. It's the same attack.
Oh,
With your rapier.
Yeah,
So
it's the same.
1d8.
you should get like little like really
Plus a bunch.
But
Plus
if
three.
I
that's what I'm
do
looking
the
for.
I've got
Translucent
the
platforms.
Yeah. I mean,
Oh,
they
2
exist.
daggers?
I've been thinking
Yeah.
of
But then
printing
do
some
the
actually.
damage is smaller, right?
Yeah.
And you only get sneak attack on the first one anyway.
Okay.
So you might as well do this one.
Alright.
1d8 plus 3 plus
What's your sneak
your
attack
sneak
damage?
attack, which is 5d6. So 1d8 and 5d6. Plus 3.
Oh, look at this, just listening to the dice roll. It's great.
Okay, so 10, 19 plus 3, so 22.
There we go.
22. Dang.
Good.
Yeah.
That's
Your
better.
face practice, your eyeball.
And make sure he's not resistant to anything.
That was all piercing damage, I think.
He is not. So he takes the full.
Nice.
Awesome.
We also need practice.
And you can
Yes,
see
we
his abnormally large eye. It's already
Finally, I
huge.
can
It's already
tell.
bigger than your head. But it goes even wider as you come up close and you can see him.
He probably didn't realize his invisibility had gone off.
He's
Yeah.
like, oh
Did you like throw
You
the
can
towel
see
in his
me.
mouth?
That is, it's your turn.
Yeah.
Except for, hold on, at the end of Mara's turn, Orin is going to walk forward, straight past those two, who have
Okay.
just been sitting there motionless this entire fight, the king and queen,
Mhm.
just sort of staring forward
Those are
ahead.
the fake king and queen, though.
Yep.
Yeah.
He's going to walk. Oh wait, he can't walk on a legendary reaction.
Yeah.
So sorry, he's not going to do that. The bite, however, has reach, so the bite is going to try and go for you.
Sure.
26.
Shield.
Shield. Okay. So that
Turns
misses.
to a 27.
27. Oh my god. That's so good.
That's why that shield is awesome.
Yep.
Now it is Tiny's sister.
Alright. Now I get to roll my 2 attacks. I'm gonna go up to Orin.
You do have a warforged right there next to you, so you can be taking it.
I mean, he's got to beat a 27. On his,
So right up on the dais that
Yeah.
holds the thrones of the kingdom,
Right.
Thaddeus comes up with his moonblade. The Warforged misses you.
Yeah.
It's like,
He's so cocky.
he's like, sit down,
He's
peasant.
me off so much.
He has okay. So Thaddeus has pretty good AC to begin with because he's got
Yeah.
chainmail. And
Yes, I know.
And then he has a +1 chainmail,
Such a
and then his
people.
shield is +1, and
Yeah.
then he's hasted, and then
Yeah.
he can cast shield.
Yeah, I know. I know.
So I've got a 24, a 25, and a 26 to hit.
They all hit.
Cool.
It just cracks me up. 'Cause
However,
I'm thinking of the
They do no damage.
None
You
at all.
slash into him, and you're clearly hitting him. He isn't trying to dodge at all. And you can just see one after another your attacks strike, and his clothes, his body, none of them are hit. Each time you hit, that shimmering spell he cast
Mhm.
seems to flare up and block it.
Huh. So this isn't even getting the mirror images.
Do we both have that?
Oh, actually, we should figure that out first.
Yeah, like what?
I forgot about his mirror image. So, how does mirror image work?
Hmm.
Every time I hit, you roll a die and figure out if it hits him or if it hits one of the images.
I completely forgot he had that up. So let's see, with 2 duplicates, I need to roll an 8 or higher. So the first one hits a duplicate.
Okay, so that
Do you have Dispel too?
Now we
Second
have
one-
duplicate.
No, I don't.
It's
That's
a
why I keep telling you
duplicate.
to get
Alright,
it.
so both the super
I mean,
He does.
Yep, and then the third one hits him
Yeah,
and
I'll
does
look
no
it up.
damage.
does no damage. Huh.
That makes a bit more sense because I feel
Okay,
like Thaddeus
so
would have
the
changed tactics.
Mirror
anyways.
image is gone then.
Mm-hmm.
Mirror image is gone, but he still has that weird shield thingy up.
Would I know? Is that something from Orochi, or is that something of his own doing? That's
You
making
saw-
He cast a
he cast a
spell.
spell.
Cast a spell.
Remember? Because I
spell.
rolled to see what it was and he didn't, so I was like, yeah, I'll let it happen. I'm gonna wait until he tries to kill us to counter spell. So.
Alright, that's the end of my turn.
Okay. Sorry about that, Nick.
No problem.
Hunter, it's your turn. You've seen Thaddeus run up and take his bow strikes at it and completely just... Did I say bow strikes?
Yeah, you
And
You
then,
did say bow
but I
strikes,
understand
but we knew
sword
what you meant.
Sword strikes.
Mhm.
Obliterates mirror image, and then the third one cuts into Orin and has more fantasy.
So, what's my spellcasting ability if I have to do Dispel Magic?
It would be your intelligence.
Okay. It's not that great.
It's worth trying though.
Yeah.
I could try. So then I have to roll a
What's the range on his spell magic?
120
Oh,
feet.
120. Even better.
Nice.
One action. And then it still takes an action to cast this spell, right?
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
You can take core out of initiative. That's
There you
great.
go. Can you bend one?
Mhm.
Okay. Yeah,
No, I can't. I use my reaction for shield. My turn hasn't come up yet, so I can't right now.
Alright. So I will use my action to do Dispel Magic on, what's his head?
Orin.
Alright, okay. Give me your roll. D20 plus your intelligence.
Alright, here we go.
Because it is a slot above 30.
No. Okay. If that counts, it's a 1.
It rolled off in the book.
It rolled
Was
off the
it,
book.
was it cocked?
It
Kind of. It's like on a corner. But here, let me just move the book.
it stopped at a good number and then it just fell off the book and
Did
it
it,
was
did it
on.
roll to a
Well, it's on this, which is like a
or was
ridge.
it cocked?
It's on a ridge.
Slightly. You want me to just move the book?
I'll give you a reroll.
Okay.
Real
DM
one,
advantage?
solid.
Yeah, roll it on the table.
Yep, here we go. Oh.
Not that much
I got it. 11.
11 is unfortunately
Level 4 spell.
Yeah, it doesn't
Nice.
Not enough.
feel like a level 1 spell.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know.
That's cool.
Well, it's
Hey, it
level
was
3,
worth
and
it.
then
It
I
was
think
worth
for
a
every
try.
one above, it's 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, or something like
Yeah,
that.
so the DC is 10 plus the spell slot.
Yeah. So, okay.
Then at the end of your turn, with Thaddeus right up next to him,
I'm not gonna do any move or do anything else on your turn. I'm just gonna stay
Oh,
there.
yeah.
No, I'm not.
There's no more globes.
Yeah,
so-
it's okay. I'll stick next to you, or I can't really switch places with you, so.
okay. Then with Thaddeus right up next to Orin, as a legendary action, he will spend 2 and make a spell attack against you.
Okay.
But hold on, actually, let me double check the actual deal here. You have advantage if the target is wearing armor made of metal. Same with shocking grass, so if you have advantage, still bad. I rolled a 6 and a 5.
Well, you gotta do a way better than that against shielded Thaddeus.
Yeah,
There
yeah.
you go.
So he
Hasted
wasted
shield
that
that
legendary
is.
action.
Yeah, jeez.
Harmony, your turn.
Oh gosh.
What is your AC with haste and shield?
All right, now it's 27.
So good.
Alright, my shield, thank you
That's
for my
nonsense.
is not up
Invulnerable.
anymore. Well, I think it's time for my 6th level spell. Investiture of Flame!
Yeah.
Okay, so Harmony goes flame on,
Flame on!
body wreathed in flames.
That sounds awesome.
And I did not use Tides of Chaos, and I did not roll a 1, so no wild magic. Can I actually say that I used Quicken Spell to cast that?
Sure.
What's that spell called?
Investiture of flame.
Investiture of Flame.
It's not in the PHP.
I
Oh, it's
used
not?
Quicken Spell to cast it as a bonus action, so now I can go around one of the 2 guys that's next to me. I'll risk the OA
So which way do you want to go?
towards you. And there's a nice line there.
Oh, like here?
Yeah.
Ooh.
Actually, back. No. I'll stay there because then I only take one away. And I'm going
Which
to.
hits?
I
Which
think that's
hits?
bad for him.
I rolled a 19 plus 5. So yep.
Yeah, of course it hits.
You're going to
Like every
take
time.
8 slashing damage, and I need a concentration check for Investiture of Flame.
Yeah, 27.
But the DC is only 10.
Okay, we're good. We're good. And then I'm going to use my action to create a line of fire, 15 feet long
Oh,
and 5 feet wide. They have to make a dex saving throw,
Not their strong suit.
and I get to roll 48 fire damage.
One of them rolls a 1.
Nice.
The other one rolls a 13. So
They're both failing. Yep, so they take the whole
They're
damage.
not programmed to dodge.
Nope.
Oh, they're gonna explode.
There's Wilhelm screams as they just. I think they incinerate.
20.
Okay, let me mark 2
20
more,
fire damage.
2 more Warforged for your tally.
One of them, though.
I've got a Warforged talisman on, yep.
Each of them explodes in an inferno.
And then I still have. Do I still have movement left?
Yes.
How much did I move?
5, 10, 10?
10?
Yeah.
Alright, then I'm going to. Well, there's one next to Hunter. I'll go stand next to. No, I don't want to stand next to Hunter because then he'll take damage.
And Braxis is up in the
Yeah,
air.
but I can't get Braxis from here
Yeah.
because it's at least 30 feet. I'll go like 1, 2, 3. Oh no, this is who's
That's
this?
Mara.
That's Mara.
Mara?
She's up in
Okay,
the air.
I thought that was a bad guy. No, then I'll just start going this way. Let's see. I had 10, so 5, 10, 20.
Okay. Looks good. That is Harmony's turn.
What a bold move. Charge
Braxis.
towards the enemy.
I'm covered in flames. They can't come near me.
Nope,
now.
I'm covered
Hunter,
in
you're the
flames.
only one not getting hit by Braxis this turn.
He's given up on me. He's like, can't push this guy.
You can't push him. Thaddeus,
Where's all the other
yours
Warforged?
is a Constitution save.
Okay.
Harmony, yours is a Constitution save. And Mara, yours is a Dexterity save. Do you have evasion yet?
She's got it.
She does.
Cool.
So
So
evasion
that'll
will
turn
work.
into effect.
Con save.
What was that?
Damn it.
It's 24 pass.
I'm gonna use
24
Tides of
passes.
Chaos. Because that was really bad.
It's better.
Better. 15.
15 passes.
Yes.
So you're going to take half. And Mara's?
Is 21.
21 passes.
Ooh, so you take nothing.
You
Yes.
take nothing because it
Thank
is
you.
Evasion.
Yay.
7.
Which is good because you're really
That's
low in
awesome.
HP.
Yeah.
Harmony,
Mhm.
you take 18 points of necrotic damage.
I was hoping you would say fire or cold.
Not this time. Nope. The same
18?
beam. Yep, the same beam that has been striking Mara over and over and over again. That blackish, bubbly one comes out and strikes you, and you feel your flesh begin to like wither away as it
Ugh.
hits.
I think I'm
Gross.
down to like 9 hit points, you guys.
Uh,
Okay,
Braxis
and I need to
then,
wait. So what's the DC for that then? 18
for what?
for concentration save.
It would be
Half
10.
of
So
that.
Okay.
Okay.
it's half of the damage or 10, whichever is higher.
I was like, is it the full or?
So
is it
half of the damage is 9. So it's
So it's 10. Yeah, I passed that.
There you go.
I'm still on fire.
Still flaming on.
Still flaming on. Very hurt.
2 more Warforged come
nice,
pouring
man.
in.
These guys.
One of them will come up and try and fight Hunter. The other one will get a more strategic point and crossbow at Mara. This one here, actually, how do I sit down?
He's coming up to me.
Yep.
He's gonna take damage.
He takes 1d10 fire damage if he does that.
Mm-hmm.
He's gonna do it.
Any creature that moves within 5 feet of you for the first time on a turn takes 1d10 fire damage.
These guys have scary hands.
So he's gonna take 3 crossbow shots at Thaddeus.
Sure.
Shall I roll that
Make it
1d10
6.
now?
Yes.
Let's be 10. 8.
8. Okay. Yeah, he's badly scarred and burned, but he's not quite dead yet.
It's like melting.
So he's going to take.
He'll take. It says or ends his turn there,
Yeah.
Oh, so he'll take this at the end of his turn.
so it'll
That's
take
fine.
him at the end as well.
It
It's any
said- it
creature
said
who
or.
enters at the first time or ends their
Or.
turn.
It's the or.
So
Yeah.
if
Not-
he
not
stays
him.
there on his next turn, he'll take it at
Yep.
the end of his turn.
Yeah.
Damn it.
Okay. So he is going to take a longsword swipe at you. It's going to miss spectacularly at 8.
Thank God.
3 crossbow bolts at Thaddeus. Miss.
Come on, crit.
Miss. And then
That has to be, that's the only way they can do it. It's 27.
pretty much
Yeah.
1 longsword at Hunter. Miss. And 1 crossbow bolt at Mark. Natural 20. Of course.
At Mora?
Yes.
Oh shit.
But she has death warning.
I know, but she's gonna fall out of the sky. She faints.
But she has death ward.
I know.
We bring it down to 1, not fainting.
You take 7 points of piercing damage.
Oh, not,
She's still
no,
alive.
you don't. No, you don't.
She's still alive.
Gloves.
Oh yeah,
Oh, yeah.
Oh, this is daring.
Alright, so how do they work?
So, yeah.
How do they work?
These gloves seem to almost meld into your hands when you don them. When a ranged weapon attack hits you while you're wearing them, you can use your reaction to reduce the
1d10
damage
plus dex.
by 1d10 plus dex modifier.
So roll a 1d10.
You could potentially reduce this to 0.
Yeah.
The 10.
Yeah.
Yep. and then add.
Yeah,
Which
got
are-
it. And it's,
which
it's 0.
3.
A crit goes down to
So-
12.
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't
So you
actually
snatch
roll
it out of the
crit damage.
sky.
Hold on. I didn't roll the dice twice.
It's cool.
I
She's still
forgot it was a
reducing it
crit.
by 12.
So that's 11.
12.
So it's
Yeah,
actually 12. points
And
of
she
damage.
reduced it by 12.
Snatch it out of the sky.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
have a crossbow
Cute!
bolt.
Don't forget you have those.
I know.
Well, wait, are you dual wielding?
No, she's just got a rapier.
Just rip here?
Yeah.
Okay, so you have a free hand, so you can do it, yeah. Okay, yeah, that's what I'm talking about. There you go.
Oof.
There's like a plotting, like, there you go.
Have you been shot at with a crossbow this whole
Mm-mm.
life?
It
Or
was
is that the first
no,
time?
that was
the
that
older
beam.
ones.
Oh, okay.
It's always been Braxis, yeah.
Big practice. We gotta cut those eye stalks off.
Can you do that with them? With the
Why not?
elders?
Zach.
Yes.
I need Hunter to make a dexterity saving
Oh.
throw, as there's a heavy thud on the roof,
Oh no.
and rubble falls down in your direction from right above you.
Okay.
And you can see the part of the roof that's collapsed up there. You can see through the black metal sheen, now with scratches and claw marks on it, of this Warforged giant. It seems to be pinned to the top of the roof by some large dragon.
Some large dragon.
Some large dragon.
I got a saving throw, I got an 11.
Okay. You're going to take...
Is that enough? Or
Not
not?
quite enough.
Because I can do Indomitable.
Do you want to do Indomitable?
I might save it down to somebody else.
Yeah, I think I might save it. Well, it says, I don't know if I can know what the outcome. Let me see. Reroll that you fail. I have to use the new roll. So, okay, how much do I take?
You take a total of 13 points of bludgeoning damage as
Okay.
rocks fall on the ceiling from above
That's
you.
fine.
Then it is Orin's actual turn.
You're like, I can see again.
He can see. He has lots of spells.
Good.
Mm-hmm.
What's a good one?
Pass. Just hold his action to walk.
Walk away.
Just walk away from Thaddeus.
I need a comb.
No, you don't, because I'm gonna counterspell it.
Yeah, I would kind of spell
Well,
that.
this is a 30. So a 60 would be more. Which
I'm
means it
counterspelling
hits
it.
everyone but Mara. Okay. Go ahead and... Now, when you cast as a higher level, does counterspell go for the base level of the spell? Or
No,
where you cast
it's for whatever level you cast it at. So if Harmony cast is a 5th level spell, it would automatically counter any 5th or lower level.
Okay.
But if it's higher, then just make that roll. Make it
What level are you casting counterspell at?
Let's go 4th.
You can try and recognize the spell as well if you want.
Yeah, let's do that. I forgot that's a thing I can
So
do.
an Arcana check?
17?
That's not quite enough. This isn't a spell you've seen before.
Alright, well, let's do... let's do 5th level counterspell.
You're still going to need to roll,
Mm.
but only because he shifted it up.
Okay, well, do I... Oh, so the DC doesn't change if I cast it at a higher level?
No.
Fuck. Well,
Yeah.
fuck me. Alright. Also, Wild Magic goes off.
Okay, been waiting for this.
Charlie!
So I'll roll that. Well, I'll roll to see if counterspell works first, I guess.
So this uses your charisma modifier.
Yeah, but not your proficiency.
Mm-hmm.
Just the charisma modifier. Okay. It says make an ability check using your... Okay.
Yeah.
It's not my spellcasting attack.
Right.
Nope.
Exactly. It's just an ability check.
Natural 20!
Okay.
25!
Yeah, you can see he goes to cast the spell, and this frigid air begins to form near his hand,
And I'm like, nope!
but it fizzles out,
You say, flame off!
Flame off!
and an
Not
intense look of
today!
fury crosses his eyes.
And here comes my weapon. 42.
Unicorn.
Oh no! I don't want that to happen. But I just used my reaction for counterspell.
It happens! This is the worst!
It's the worst!
Harmony turns into a potted plant.
Oh no! So I'm like all triumphant. Not today! Zoop.
Oh my gosh.
The spell fizzles, but Harmony is, nothing is left of her but a...
How long
What
does
kind
it
of plant
last?
do you want to be?
Cactus.
A cactus with, like, red flowers on it?
Yeah.
In a potted,
Am I
in a
still
pot.
on fire?
Yes,
well,
for flavor.
technically I'm incapacitated, but maybe it caught on fire when I
For flavor, I'm gonna say your flowers look like they're burned.
Oh, fire flowers.
So I'm incapacitated, so that means, yeah, my
You should
spell's
turn into a
kaput.
Mario fire flower.
Piranha plant.
Let me look up the incapacitated.
And then Hunter can touch you and get the fire ability. And shoot fireballs.
That would be awesome.
I know.
I mean, I feel like incapacitated
So-
means everything I was concentrating on.
How
is
long does the
kaput.
potted plant thing last?
Sometime.
And how do we get you out of
Oh,
it?
it's only until the start of the
Oh, until my next turn.
Just the start of it? Oh, okay.
You can't take actions or reactions. So if your flame thing is a bonus action, you're still good.
It's concentration.
Yeah, I think you keep your concentration.
Even if I'm incapacitated?
Just go with it.
Incapacitated,
Just go with it.
I'm looking at the definition. It just says you can't take actions or reactions.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well,
So-
in that case, I'm on fire. I'm like the burning bush that spoke to Moses.
Yeah.
Burning cactus. So yeah, if that's a bonus action, you can still do it.
I think it's an action, unfortunately.
I mean, my
Your fire line.
fire thing is an action, which is why I've been using my
Oh, I see.
my
Okay.
quicken spell so I can do
Ah,
more things
I
at
see.
once.
Then at the end of that turn, Orin's gonna do something.
Wait,
But that was
It's-
his turn.
that was Orin's turn, yeah.
You can't do something at the end
Oh
of his
right,
turn.
right. For some reason, I thought that was Harmony's turn.
Because
No,
I
it's
counterspelled.
Orin's turn.
Right. So
Until
Orin,
the start of my next turn, so that's not even a
Yeah.
full round.
Yeah, that's not bad.
Okay.
Okay, I was like, do I need to come and collect you
I
again?
just looked at him like, not today!
yeah, Orin is going to be done though where he is.
Cool.
Then it is Mara's turn.
Alright, I'm gonna go after Praxis again.
Yeah, get
Okay,
it.
Stabby, stabby.
How long does the flying thing last?
A while.
An hour.
Oh,
You're fine.
okay.
This fight's not gonna take that long.
19 does hit.
Sneak attack.
Sneak attack! Sneak attack!
That's right.
I really need you to finish practice off after this.
I know, we need Brexus to die.
I'm gonna.
22, 25.
25.
That's the
damn.
way. Right in the
That's
eyeball.
so good.
Unfortunately, with his new fattened form, he seems to have gained a few hit points. So he's still alive, but he is looking really bad.
5 pounds of
You-
HP.
Your stab came right next to his eye, and there was a look of terror in his giant eye as you stabbed. Anything else from Mara? You want to move?
I better fly a little bit away from her.
Did I?
So you could
did I
use
have
your
to-
bonus action to disengage if you want.
Yeah.
Fly away.
Did I have to move away from the rubble? Did it like smash me and the other
No,
guy?
no, it just landed on your head and punched you a little bit, but you're fine.
It's dead.
Now, at
Madness.
the end of Mara's turn,
Okay. Now
Orin will do things. That would be the best thing for him to do.
Die.
Die.
Death on himself.
spell attack against Therios.
Yeah. So
Mm.
what are the rules for using spells in melee? Are there, do they get like,
That
They
is a
get
very
disadvantage if
complicated
they're
question.
ranged.
oh, okay.
Complicated
So,
question.
yeah, he'll use that 2-action one. And I need Thais to make a charisma save, which is what he's good at.
Yeah.
As the void head rears
Yeah.
around and looks you in the eyes.
Let's go up again.
Oh,
that's,
no!
That's an 11 this time.
11 total.
Yeah.
Okay.
Natural 1.
Yeah, this time you're unprepared,
Crap.
sort of reeling from the slices that you
Probably
took at
saw
Orin.
Harmony turn into a plant.
Yeah, and things seem to be crumbling a little bit, even though other things are going well, and that sort of wavers your force of will. And you suddenly are no longer in your body, as you seem to be, at least in your mind, adrift in this void-like realm.
That's great. That's real good.
But you can still, even in this void, you can sort of clearly see the things around you. Like there's these weird shapes of movement. So what effectively happens here is you're at disadvantage on attack rolls, and you can make a save at the end of each of your turns to try to reverse the effect. Or at the start of each of your turns.
Okay.
But if you fail, something will happen. But for now, your mind just seems like blearily wandering in this void, and you can sort of see the things around you, but it's blurry.
I think it's actually my turn.
It is your turn.
So, do I have to choose to make that roll, or does it
No,
start?
it just happens at the start of your
So
turn.
this is the same charisma save?
Mm-hmm.
24.
Okay, you pass. So that seems to have been largely ineffective as you just sort of force of will bring yourself back to reality. And
Happy thoughts.
Think happy thoughts.
Wanted to play Harmony was funny.
that doesn't take
Your
your
tweet
action.
needs to be
so
turned
you're
into a
good to go.
fire.
Yeah.
Something but a fire flower.
I'm going to cast Dispel Magic.
Okay.
On
Do it!
What level?
Corn's third. It's my highest level spell.
Okay. So you're going to have to roll for it.
Yeah.
12 is not going to do it.
No, you reach out with the magic canceling effect, but you can see the shimmer still lingers around his body. Then, at the end of your turn, I'm going to make a fight attack
Well,
against
I
you.
still have.
Oh, right, you
I have
said
moved. And other stuff.
Because he's hasty.
Do they have you do 2 actions, or is that?
Where is Braxis at this moment?
He's up by the ceiling, like 30 feet up, facing off against Mark.
Okay. I'm going to jump up there and hit him.
Okay. What's your vertical jump height?
It's preposterous. It's like. It's.
Let me look up high jump.
Can jump up to 54 feet horizontally, or 21 feet vertically, but now I have a 42. That'd be 42 feet vertically.
Yeah, you can reach him.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
Wow.
Finish
So we have all the Mario
Finish him
characters
off.
here.
Yeah.
Yo, 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 yo.
And I'll make one attack against him while I
So
do
you're
that.
going to disengage here from Orin,
Not disengage.
or just walk away from
Just
him,
walk away from him.
Excuse me for a second.
and just sort of jump
Wait,
up there.
oh, you're right back.
No, you're probably gonna watch this.
Crit.
Okay.
I've had enough of you.
I hate you all.
Vengeance!
This darn snakehead cannot hit you.
Yeah.
Good.
Okay.
Do I know any
haven't
other
rolled
helpful
above a
things?
10 to try and hit you with it.
Are there any other helpful things I know about Orochi?
Not much. Like, it's this mythical being.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's a little vague.
You need the cold
Bedtime
radiance
stories
for Praxis.
I do not.
Okay, great.
Is he dead?
Probably.
I hope so.
If not, I'll make sure of it.
I'm about to roll 12 to hit against him.
Oh my god, I love it.
That's
So much
ridiculous.
damage.
Mm-hmm. This is a lot of damage,
So
too.
good.
Paladins are ridiculous.
With crits.
I'm pretty sure he's dead.
68.
He's dead.
Yay!
Yeah, Thaddeus just
Sorry,
comes running,
76.
leaps up, plunges the cold sword directly into Braxis's eye, and you can see it come out the other direction. And when he pulls it back and begins to fall back down towards the ground, taking... Do you take fall damage with your boots or anything?
I can't imagine why I would.
Do they affect it? Because you went up 30 feet.
That's true.
So,
It doesn't say anything about that.
alright, so you're going to take a little bit of fall damage.
That's fair.
8. So 14 points of bludgeoning damage as you land hard on the ground.
Ow.
But then Braxis's body just falls over backwards, and you can see straight through it from the eye to the back. This just like frozen out hole in his body, and he just falls back. His tentacles going limp as he does, and crashes hard into the ground.
Small victories.
Hunter.
Well, with that target eliminated, the board for you,
Oh yes, thank you.
we really just have one.
Well, there's
Person.
a bunch of Warforged.
Yeah, they're like. What can I do?
Yeah, but like
I've
they're
really
killing me.
printed them before.
They're killing me.
Okay.
I'm a potted plant, and you don't know when I'm coming back.
So Hunter is going to 15 foot. Hunter is going to turn back around and use his flamethrower on these two.
Cool.
So he's going to whip back and he just
Nice.
hears Harmony's complaining spirit and says, I need to deal with these, or else when she's not a plant, she's gonna be upset with me.
They're both gonna make their saves.
Oh,
Of course, I can roll well on their saves, and they're probably still going to die.
And then it's
Was it half damage if they succeed?
it was DC was 14 for them, so I don't know if that changes
It
anything.
doesn't. No.
I rolled 3 ones,
How did you do that? 3 ones?
so they take 1 fire damage.
Yeah, they both dodge to the side as they see this flamethrower coming. And just,
I'm like, well, that was not epic at all.
Quit rolling on the book.
Oh,
Yeah.
I did that again, didn't I? Yeah,
Yeah.
these D6s are gone. Okay, so I tried that.
Jeez.
Wait, did they not take 3 fire damage?
Well, they
Because
rolled. They got their
saved
saves.
their
They take
Oh,
half.
right.
So
They take 1 damage each. God, that was.
that was
That's pretty
upsetting.
I almost got on the board with that though. For the record, okay, a couple more ones.
Yeah, that would have been 1,000.
And yeah, I'm not really sure.
Talking about the dice game.
Yeah.
oh,
I don't think there's much more. I mean, I can use action surge, but I'm not sure what to do with Mr. I'm not taking damage. And then, so when Mara, well, I was gonna say when she struck the serpent tentacle things, it didn't do damage to it, did it?
no, it seemed like it blocked it.
Oh, that did, it was under the AC. Okay. So
I mean, to some extent, it seems like Orin and this creature are one thing.
sure.
They're not
okay.
separate creatures.
Okay. There's not much I can do here, so I guess I will use my bonus action to rally one of my companions, and I will rally Mara to give her temp HP.
Nice.
So yeah, you can do it, Mara.
How
Do
much
the- do the
damage
thing.
did she get?
She gets my die roll, which is a D10.
Don't roll a 1.
I
Don't
will-
roll on the
I'm
book.
not rolling on the book. Here we go. I'm rolling away from the book. Come on, 10.
Yep.
So
So
you
add
get 10
that
temp
here,
HP.
and when you take damage, that goes away first.
Okay.
You don't
Keep
get it
fighting, Mara.
Okay. Yay, thank you.
Okay, so at least I did something.
Then it is Harmony's turn.
I am back to me.
At the end of your turn. I
No,
believe.
at the start of my turn.
Oh, at the start of your turn.
Yep. I can read it to you if you want.
No, I'll double check. I've got it right. Start of your turn. Yep. So Harmony pops back into existence out of the plant.
I'm back.
We missed you.
I
Not
think
like
I was-
this, Harmony.
I was within melee of that guy, though, I
Yeah,
think.
you were.
Because what the frick is wrong with people?
Prickly in life, prickly in plants.
Yeah. So, what's that guy there with the mini that has, like, the hammer thing? Is that also a
All of the
warforged?
gray things are Warforged. Essentially, if they're not Hunter and Thaddeus,
Well, I'm still World War II though.
That's true.
So, I'm in
I know,
that
how do
bunch.
we tell you apart?
I know.
He looks different. He's got modifications, and he's got the giant
Okay.
great bow. So,
That's right.
Yeah.
Alright, well, I don't think I can get both of those guys in one go if I'm staying here.
You could move a little bit. You don't have to leave it still.
But it's only 15 feet,
Oh, yeah, I see.
and that guy's 20 feet away. The one that I'm looking at. So. That's alright, I'll get rid of this one. So I'm gonna just attack this one with my fire.
Okay.
My fire hand. So dex saving throw, please.
He's already been hurt a little bit. He fails. He rolls an 8.
Good.
I don't think you can not kill him at this point.
Yep, so that would be 13 fire damage.
He explodes.
Good.
That's what I wanted to
Good.
happen.
And then I'm gonna use my bonus action to drink a potion.
There you go.
And I'm
Good
gonna. Let's see.
Yeah, I felt like rallying Mara was better than Harmony because I think she had potions.
I have all the potions, so
Yeah.
that's good. I'm gonna go 1, 2, 3, and hang out back there.
Okay. That's your turn. Braxis is dead. I can take him out.
Yep.
Alright. Normal healing potion is what again? 2d4 plus
2d4 plus 2.
2.
Oh my gosh, so many of them.
4 plus 2, so 6.
Well, that one's gonna take some damage.
Yes.
Did he come
Yep.
to attack me? Cool.
Sure.
So he takes 1d10.
Okay.
He takes 3 fire damage.
Alright. He's still alive,
Yeah.
but he's slowly burning.
He's on fire.
I'm going to see 2 attacks against Harmony, 3 attacks against Thaddeus, 1 on Hunter, and 1 on Mara. with the crossbow. So let's see. 2 on harmony, plus 5. Rolled 2 18s here. So 2 hits.
So even if I use shield, it's not very big.
And then 3 on
I
Thaddeus.
survived this.
None of those are hits. The highest was a 17. 1 on Mora is a miss, and the 1 on Hunter is also a miss. So harmonies are the only 2 that hit.
Uh-huh.
One is with the crossbow, so you take 6 piercing damage.
Mhm.
And then 1 is with the longsword, the one that's right up next to you.
Down to 9.
And you take 7 slashing damage.
Still standing.
Still standing.
I'm still standing.
Platform was safer.
What did the potion you drank do?
I think my fire is gone. I drank a healing potion to heal myself, but then
Yes.
fire's gone. I'm very bloody. Very bloody.
Then, as Mandus' turn rolls around, you see a silver dragon falling out of the sky past some of the
Oh no!
stained glass windows. You see the reflection briefly before it falls out of sight.
Oh no!
And then you hear as the roof over here is pulled apart.
Oh no!
And the giant form of the black metal warforged containing Voltrus's soul, damaged, scarred, but alive, enters the battle. And it is going to do a few things. Actually, I'll say it used its turn to knock Mandus out of the spell. Then it is Orin's turn, getting another chance at a spell. What does he mean? Let's give this a try. Oh. That would hit his... It would not. He is going to cast the spell again. Do you want to try and counterspell
He's
it?
casting a spell.
Mm-hmm.
I'll see if I can see what it is.
Okay.
Gotta work someday.
16?
16 is not quite enough.
Damn it.
You're remembering you're proficient in Arcana now, right?
Huh?
You're remembering you're proficient in Arcana now.
Yeah, I only have a +6. I've not been rolling well. I'm still gonna counterspell it.
Okay.
Because fuck that. And I'm gonna use the one I have in my amulets. So that's used. So that means it's only a level 3. Wild magic does not trigger. Do I have to roll for it? I'm assuming it's higher than a level 3 spell.
You do have to roll for it.
It's an 11.
It's not quite enough. I need...
Hey, can I use Tides of Chaos on that? It's an ability check, right?
Yeah,
it's an ability check. I
Does
can
it
use
take
Tides
any
of
kind
Chaos.
of reaction to use Tides of Chaos?
No,
No? Okay, then yes, you
No.
can do it.
it's never used a reaction before. Oof,
Okay,
that wasn't
I
a
think
roll.
you're thinking of Endlock.
I am. You're right.
That's way better.
That's way better! 18!
That's exactly what you needed.
Yay!
He was using his 8th level spell slot on that.
Woo! That was
Nicely
Good job.
done.
I
You
just spelled
can
it
see
with
that
Wolverine.
same spell that he was beginning to cast before, not quite sure what it was, but he was looking towards Thaddeus, Hunter, and Mara as he was going to do it.
He's like,
Um,
not yet!
And it
It's still
fizzles
standing.
out. And then Orin shouts out to the room, you may have defeated Braxis and that robotic mind flayer Clor, but you still haven't defeated the most powerful creatures in the room, and your situation is still as bleak as it was to begin with. I offer you this chance to surrender, but know that one way or another, victory or defeat here, my Warforged will overrun this city if I'm gone, and I will take it, and I will return. And I think that's where we'll end for tonight. We'll pick this fight up back right in the middle of it next time. Because we are out of time.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
Madness!
Thanks to anyone who tuned in for this. Oh, you can't even see the Warforged giants there.
No.
Anyways.
No.
Thanks to anyone who tuned in. It was a really, really crazy fight. Bad rolls on my part.
Bad rolls on everybody's part.
Yeah.
Let's be fair, except for those crits.
Never using the flamethrower again.
3-1.
That was really bad.
All at
Tune back in
once.
if you enjoyed. There will be more of this next Monday at 7 p.m. Pacific time. Thanks for watching. Bye.
Bye.
Bye.